So, guys, I was listening to Sonnen, and he was talking about how the BMF belt is back and what could play out in that, and I was just thinking, Jesus, lightweight is fun again, isn't it? Like, it's so good to see action back in lightweight. I want to know, firstly, what do you guys think of the BMF belt? Personally, I don't think it matters. I think it is just another useless marketing tool. I mean, the fight that they're choosing to put it on is Gaethje versus Poirier, and it's like, that fight is good enough. Like, we're talking about the end of one of their careers if they lose that fight. Like, they might retire if they lose this fight. It's that big of a deal. Do we need the BMF belt on it? But then if Dustin wins it and he's holding the BMF belt, it sort of leads into what are we going to do with Conor McGregor after the Chandler fight. Michael Chandler has somewhere in the past decided that he is going to become the most entertaining, lowest IQ fighter since Tai Tuivasa. Thank God he's chosen to do that because it is amazing. When Chandler knew that he needed a win, just go back and think about Chandler versus Ferguson. That first round, you've got tired, old, physically old, decrepit Tony Ferguson, shouldn't be in the game anymore. And he was like lighting up Chandler in the first round, wasn't he? Like, he nearly won that fight in the first round. Thank God Chandler got the head kick in, because who knows what could have happened to Chandler's career after that. So you got Michael Chandler, who's just decided, I'm going to have the most fun fights ever. And then you've got Conor McGregor, who is copping all the trash for not actually winning a fight in the last couple of years. Like, his last win was, just off the top of my head, Cowboy Cerrone. Like, not good, Conor. And not good. And they're going to come together. And I think Chandler thinks if he can put on an entertaining fight and really sell some pay-per-views and have fun with the spotlight of Conor McGregor there, he'll be a star no matter what. He's great on the mic. He'll have a career in commentary. People will just love him if he puts on a fun fight. Justin Gaethje Chandler-esque, and actually comes out with a win as well. But then you got Conor McGregor, who is like very, very aware that he needs a win. And when he is sharpshooting and on point, it makes for a very, very interesting fight. And this is sort of where the overall picture of lightweight is starting to come together. You've got Dustin Gaethje fighting for maybe a elimination retirement career, and the winner goes on to move up to Makhachev. You got Chandler McGregor fighting for the legacy, proper legacy. And then you've got Makhachev, the champion. He's just got this Khabib air around him. Khabib? He's got this Khabib air around him, but he's not Khabib. I mean, how did you score the Volkanovski fight? I like to actually use the scoring criteria of MMA, which is damage-based scoring. So to me, Volkanovski won that fight. If you think Islam did, that's fine. Honestly, it is. It doesn't matter. The real takeaway from that fight was the kid can bleed. The champ is not an invincible Khabib 2.0. He's his own fighter, and he's lost before, and he nearly lost that fight. I think he did lose that fight. Then you have to take into consideration that all the top 5 have fought Khabib before, and they've felt it before. And going into that fight, they didn't know what to expect from Dagestani wrestlers, but now they do. And they've been focusing on it relentlessly for the last 3 years, knowing that one day they're going to be facing another one at the top of the division. And Makhachev hasn't been tested in the top 5, really. I mean, what? You got the Bobby Green win, and then he goes in against Oliveira. Oliveira's not the best on the feet. Good, but not the best. And we all know that jiu-jitsu is soy and Dagestani wrestling is base. Obviously, that was going to win. And it did. No surprises there. But after what Volkanovski showed is possible, and how you can fight through it, the other lightweights must be licking their lips at having a go at him. And the spice of the BMF belt really is not needed. Because when you know that you have a champ that can bleed, it makes the game very, very interesting. He hasn't smoked the top 5 already on his run up to the title, and his most recent title defense was sketchy at best. I want to know from you guys down in the comments. Do you see a world where Conor McGregor beats Michael Chandler, and then you've got Conor McGregor standing in there across from Islam Makhachev? And is Islam Makhachev going to get drawn into a stand-up battle with Conor, just like he did with Volkanovski? And what is the damage Conor's going to be able to do to him? after juicing out of his mind for the last year and a half, knowing that he's going to be back in there with a Dagestani wrestler, and Islam sort of wanting to prove that he's better on the feet than he actually is. That's how he got caught in these situations with Volkanovski and had to take it to the ground. It makes for a very, very interesting scenario that I would love to see play out. And I want to know, what do you guys think is going to happen? Let me know down in the comments. Who do you think is going to win out of Conor and Chandler? What do you think is going to be next for them? If Dustin ends up with the BMF belt, is it going to be Conor and Dustin for a rematch for the BMF title? Or if Conor wins against Chandler, are the UFC just going to see money in their eyes and throw him in there against Islam Makhachev? It's fun again. It's fun again. I enjoy it. I know people are like, oh, BMF, who cares? It's just a waste of marketing. I get it. It is just a waste of marketing. And I know people are a bit down on Islam. Like, he hasn't really tested himself in the top 5. He did Bobby Green and then you got a shot at the champion. Like, it's, it's a bit underwhelming. But when you actually sit down and think about it, it turns into a pretty fun scenario in your head. And let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, and I'll see you all again on fight day.